Welcome to North of the Broad. I'm your host, Karen Wyman, coming to you from higher ground on Ladies Island. I'm joined this afternoon by Gabriel Aho. Nice to have you.
Good afternoon, Karen.
You're here to talk about your business, Selectric, that has just come into Buford.
Yeah, we came in 2014 and with a vision to provide a Low Country with some electrical service that maybe they weren't getting. There's a lot of good electricians here. We wanted to be the electrician that would respond in a timely manner. We've expanded from residential wiring to commercial, and now generators, exclusively Generac generators. We're a service dealer for Generac. And we have our new building location at on Boundary Street at 1211 Boundary Street.
Wow, you've done a lot in the last 3.5 to 4 years in a short amount of time, from 2014 till now. So congratulations on your new space. Obviously a lot going on Boundary Street, as my office is probably right, down the street from yours. We're neighbors, right? Yeah. We've got some construction going on in between us as we look at those dorms for USCB being built. But we really want to be able to talk about the services that you provide and possibly some hazards that the viewers should be aware about, whether they have an existing residential property or possibly a commercial property, so that they're on the, they have the right information to make sure that their buildings are safe.
Sure. So I have some residential electricians working for me, with me, that have many years of experience, as well as some very experienced commercial electricians that used to be in their own business, so very knowledgeable, understand customer needs. And the things that we run into commonly, not just in older homes, but in some of the more recently constructed homes that you could watch out for, a person could watch out for. One is overheating in the electrical panels. And all you would really need to do is just kind of like run your hand over the face of the circuit breakers. You don't even have to really touch them, but you can sense heat. A person can sense heat. And if you feel like, if someone feels like there's too much heat coming from a circuit breaker, well, that's probably an indication that something's going on in that circuit. The number one enemy of electrical circuits is loose wiring or loose connections. And you'll find those in electrical panels, you'll find those at outlets and at switches. It's not uncommon, especially the way some of these houses go up so quickly. Right,
so things that we need to be concerned about just for the safety of our dwelling, and obviously our families or our workers that may be in a building that we own, things that we should be on the lookout for. What would you recommend people do if they've noticed that they've got heat emanating from one of their circuits? I mean, what's the best thing to do? Obviously call you guys.
Sure, call us or another electrician and have them come and take a look at it. Another thing that's common is, and a lot of people don't realize, is smoke detectors have a shelf life
of good to
10
know.
years. So if you're in a home that's at least 10 years old, more than likely your smoke detectors are out of date. So those are good to have checked and replaced if necessary.
Okay. So just a homeowner safety tip. So if you're getting to that 10-year mark like we are in our home, that those should be, you should look at having those replaced for your safety, yes, of course. One of the things we want you to talk about while you're here and to give some advice to people is what can be done when there's power outages. A lot of people wait to the last minute to possibly buy a generator, but we really want people to be prepared for those instances when we have hurricanes, or as we had this past winter, an ice or snowstorm, which is so atypical for this area.
Sure. So one of the things that most people start thinking about when they start thinking that maybe my power is going to be going out is, what do I do with the contents of my refrigerator, freezer? If it's a lot of rain, what happens if my air conditioner doesn't run? Everything's going to start molding. And if they do not have a backup generator installed currently, the first thought is maybe I should run down to Lowe's and pick something up. Unfortunately, that requires them to have gasoline that they're continually refilling in the middle of a storm, rain and wind and who knows what other kind of debris. Also, the portable generator that's running on gasoline is giving off exhaust fumes.
There's fumes, so there's a danger around that.
Correct.
It becomes a safety
and
issue.
They run extension cords from that generator into their homes, usually through windows, and now the window is open and the fumes are getting in. So a home standby generator that's an automatic, that comes on automatically if the power goes out, that's connected to natural gas or propane, is really the best resource.
Right. So we have just a little bit of time left, so if people are interested in making sure that they have that, they can contact you all at Selectric in order to come out, and you provide quotes for people and can give them different options?
Correct. We're certified service dealers for Generac generators, and so we're authorized to come out, give estimates. We can offer extended warranties that you wouldn't be able to get from your big box store. And so, yeah, they're welcome to give us a call. We'd come out, give them a free estimate, and see if it's something they could use.
Great. We so appreciate you taking your time and being a guest on North of the Broad and sharing some really important information and being on the lookout for people as it comes to safety and electricity and some of the other things going on in their buildings.
Well, thank you, Karen.
Thank
It's
you
good to
so
be
much.
here.
We're right back with our next guest on North of the Broad.